Greetings, Archmage.
I'm looking for an Elder Scroll. Do you know where I might be able to find one?
And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy?
Fire magic? Yes, sir.
Tell me more about the Elder Scrolls. The only information I really have is from Lucian and from a dragon.
I knew it. Everyone comes in here expecting my help, but they don't even have the proper questions.
I'm just looking
for
more
more
information.
An Elder Scroll is an instrument of immense knowledge and power.
Believe it.
To read an Elder Scroll, a person must have the most rigorously trained mind, or else risk madness.
Oh.
Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price.
A price for what?
The simplest way to put it is knowledge, but there's nothing simple about an Elder Scroll.
Being an apprentice is great.
It's a reflection of all possible futures and all possible pasts. Each reader sees different reflections through different lenses and may come away with a different reading. But at the same time, all of it is true, even the falsehoods, especially the falsehoods.
Happy times.
Who wrote the Elder Scrolls?
It would take a month to explain to you how that very question doesn't even make sense. The scrolls exist here, with us, but also beyond and beneath, before and after. They are bits of divine-made substance, so we could know them. Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them devoutly go mad.
See, that didn't take a month to explain, and granted you could have explained it more, but I still don't think it would have taken a month. Alright, so do you have one that I could use or not?
Ah, you think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it.
I don't know about that. I've heard something about an Elder Scroll being stolen before. What about for the Dragonborn? Do you at least have any information on them?
Of course. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them.
No promises. Effects of the Elder Scrolls? Oh, that's just of the blades. Okay, I didn't know if he put that book down too. Effects of the Elder Scrolls and ruminations on the Elder Scrolls. Effects of the Elder Scrolls. It is widely known among scholars that the Elder Scrolls entail a certain hazard in their very reading. The mechanism of the effects has, at present, been largely unknown. Theories of hidden knowledge and divine retribution were the subject of idle speculation with little investigation. I, Justinius Polonius, have undertaken to thoroughly document the ailments afflicted by the Elder Scrolls on their readers, though a unified theory of how they manifest continues to elude me and remains a subject for future study. I have grouped the effects into 4, finding that the avenue of experience depends largely upon the mind of the reader. If this is unclear, I hope that a proper dichotomy will lay it plain. Group the first, the Knaves. For one who has received no training in the history or nature of the Elder Scrolls, the scroll itself is effectively inert. No prophecy can be scryed or knowledge obtained, while the scroll will not impart learning to the uninformed, nor will it afflict them in any adverse fashion. Visually, the scroll will appear to be awash in odd lettering and symbols. Those who know their astronomy often claim to recognize constellations in the patterns and connections, but such conjecture is impossible to further investigate since the very nature of the study necessitates unlearned subjects. Group the second, the unguarded intellects. It is this second group that realizes the greatest danger from attempting to read the scrolls. These are subjects who have an understanding of the nature of the Elder Scrolls and possess sufficient knowledge to actually read what is inscribed there. They have not, however, developed adequate discipline to stave off the mind-shattering effect of having a glimpse of infinity. These unfortunate souls are struck immediately, irrevocably, and completely blind. such as the price for overreaching one's faculties. It bears mentioning, though, that with the blindness also comes a fragment of that hidden knowledge. Whether the future, the past, or the deep natures of being is dependent on the individual and their place in the greater spheres, but the knowledge does come. Group the Third. Mediated Understanding. Alone in Tamriel, it would appear that only the cult of the Ancestor Moth has discovered the discipline to properly guard one's mind when reading the scrolls. Their novitiates must undergo the most rigorous mental cultivation, and they often spend a decade or more at the monastery before being allowed to read their first Elder Scroll. The monks say that this is for the initiate's own protection, as they must have witnessed many unguarded intellects among their more eager ranks. With appropriate fortitude, these readers also receive blindness, though at a far less magnitude than the unguarded. Their vision fogs slightly, but they retain shape, color, and enough acuity to continue to read mundane texts. The knowledge they gain from the scroll is also tempered somewhat. It requires stages of meditation and reflection to fully appreciate and express what one saw. Group the Fourth. Illuminated Understanding. Between the previous group and this one exists a continuum that has, at present, only been traversed by the monks of the Ancestor Moth. With continued readings, the monks become gradually more and more blind, but receive greater and more detailed knowledge. As they spend their waking hours pondering the revelations, they also receive a further degree of mental fortitude. There is, for every monk, a day of penultimate reading, when the only knowledge the Elder Scroll imparts is that the monk's next reading shall be his last. For each monk, the penultimate reading comes at a different and unknowable time. Preliminary work has been done to predict the occurrence by charting the severity of an individual monk's blindness, but all who reach these later stages report that the increasing blindness seems to taper with increased readings. Some pose the notion that some other unseen sense is, in fact, continuing to diminish at this upper range, but I shall leave such postulations to philosophers. To prepare for his ultimate reading, a monk typically withdraws to a seclusion in order to reflect upon a lifetime of revelations and appoint his mind for reception of his last. Upon this final reading, he is forever blinded, as sure as those unguarded ones who raced to knowledge. The illuminated one, though, has retained his understanding over a lifetime and typically possesses a more integral notion of what has been revealed to him. It is hoped that this catalog will prove useful to those who wish to further our mortal understanding of the Elder Scrolls. The Moth Priests remain aloof about these matters, taking the gradual debilitation that comes with reading as a point of pride. May this serve as a useful starting point for those hoping to take up such study. Dictated to Anstius Mecham, 4th of last seed, in the 126th year of the Second Era. So not too long ago, it would have been, well, less than 80 years ago, around 75 years ago that this was written. Oh, well, that book really wants me to read it. Rumination on the Elder Scrolls by Septimus Signus, College of Winterhold. Oh! The College of Winterhold, you say? Imagine living beneath the waves, with a strong-sided blessing of most excellent fabric. Holding the fabric over your gills, you would begin to breathe drink, its warp and weft. Though the plant matter fibers imbue your soul, the wretched plankton would pollute the cloth until it stank to heavens of prophecy. This is one manner in which the scrolls first came to pass. But are we the sea, or the breather, or the fabric, or are we the breath itself? I'm starting to see why I haven't met this Septimus Signus at the college. I don't know if he's well, just from reading the first paragraph alone. Can we throw through the scrolls as knowledge flows through being the water, or are we the stuck morass of sea filth that gathers on the edge? Imagine again this time, but different. A bird cresting the wind is lifted by a gust and downed by a stone, but the stone can come from above if the bird was upside down? I I'm a little concerned about this individual. I also understand Urug's hesitation a little bit more now, because he would have most likely known this Septimus. Granted, there is no date written for this book, there's no date of publication, but if we were to assume that Urug knew Septimus and saw him go mad from trying to learn about the scrolls, then, yeah. I don't know if anything could really be gained from reading this book in full. We have a name, hopefully, the name of someone still alive. But as I said, this man seems unwell.
May I help you, Archmage?
This Ruminations book is incomprehensible.
Aye, that's the work of Septimus Signus.
Oh, you know him then?
He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls, but, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long.
I like living here. I feel different somehow.
He's dead?
More myself.
Oh no, I hope not. But even I haven't seen him in years, and we were close. Became obsessed with the Dwemer. Took off north saying he had found some old artifact. Haven't seen him since. Somewhere in the ice fields, if you want to try to find him.
I'll take a crack at it. It just so happens that I really have no other option.
Yes,
I
sir.
need to find the Elder Scroll. For better or for worse. So out in the ice fields, Urug said. So pretty much just north from here. Alright. Lucian, we might get a little chilly, we might get a little cold, because we may need to do a little bit of light swimming in order to get to him. Have we discovered that shipwreck before? It looks like it's unmarked. I don't even know if we've checked it out before. I see something in that direction, so we still have more stuff to discover out here. Normally when I see... Oh, wow, he got some air. Normally when I see a shipwreck, I'm expecting pirates, I'm expecting bandits, for someone to be taking advantage of the situation, but no. Oh, well. Someone was here. Some sort of pirates or miscreants were here. Oh, what? A Reekling scout. Well, he's terrifying looking. Did the Sabercats and Wolves kill off these Reeklings? Oh, an Imperial was here. Wait. What is going on here, then? Imperials? An Imperial mercenary? Huh. Maybe we should investigate. Maybe there is something at that shipwreck over there. Imperial mercenaries? What were they hiring mercenaries for? Well, let's go investigate. This Septimus Signus, if he's alive and even of sound mind, may just have to wait a moment as we investigate. Oh!
Oh, the pain! Somebody stop the pain!
Hi!
Oh.
Wow, I'm a little concerned now. I have healing hands and heal other. I don't know if this is gonna help you at all. Huh? Nope, 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 maybe not, maybe not. Okay, there's no helping him. My magic is not strong enough. Oh, so there were Stormcloaks here too. So maybe it was as simple as, Stormcloaks versus Imperials. Maybe this was just something from the Civil War. If it is from the Civil War, then I think it's safe to say that the Imperials got their asses handed to them. Can I investigate? Oh man, I can't investigate. It's such a lovely ship, too. It's a shame to see it sink. Well, what do we have here? I don't think this is what I'm looking for. I think this might be something else. But suffice it to say, I will investigate. I just want to see for myself. The Chill. Discovered. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll take a look. Sorry, Horkers. It's the thing of, no, they aren't necessarily really hostile, but if I get too close, they're not a fan. We saw a couple Horkers guarding the place, which means I'm not necessarily too worried about what we might find down here. Never mind, cages. Not a great sign, not necessarily a good indicator of anything at all. The real question is, what are we dealing with here? Are we dealing with slavers? Are we dealing with another illegal wolf fighting pit? I'd rather deal with the wolf fighting pit, if I'm being completely honest. Also, the Frost Atronach isn't hostile to me. If anything, that's somehow more concerning. Okay, there's a bed in there. There's a bed in there, so we're dealing with slavers. Yep. Slavers, maybe necromancers. Why? Because I saw an Atronach, and I feel like most of the time, it's necromancers summoning Atronachs. Lockpicking 91, wow. Lucien, do you see anything else in here? Because right now, all I see is 3 cages, and no one responsible, no notes or anything. Did we stumble upon just a very small, very suspicious lair? No, there's more. Okay, I was gonna say. No, wait, no, it just circles back over here. Got ahead of myself. I absolutely got ahead of myself. No, there's nothing else here. How odd. How strange. Alright, well, very short distraction. A very slight detour then.
This'll all be over soon.
Oh, hello. Okay. Still don't know who's responsible for any of this. Still no idea what's going on. Would have loved if I could have seen a note or anything. Fortunately, they're not hurting me too much. I'm not necessarily hurting them all that much either, but, you know. I may be Archmage, but I'm very much still a mage in training. Oh, wait, Lucien, don't get up yet. I have something for you. I can continue to practice my magic. No, you weren't supposed to get up yet. It's fine, because then I healed you. You got up, but you still needed healing. And that's what I'm here for.
Well, this is a charming little place for a perfectly reasonable scholar to live.
Yeah. Which, granted, we already had some, not great feelings based on his writing, based on his book, but this isn't really helping. And granted, we've met people who live in stranger places, but still, just, I'm not getting a great first impression.
Greetings.
Okay, didn't think you'd have anything else to say, but I just wanted to double check.
I've got your back.
What can I say? I appreciate your input. Especially in times like this. What an odd place to live. I don't see a bed, and I don't really even see any food. I don't even see a place for you to cook. I see wine. I see wine, and I do see a giant dwarven contraption. So I take it that's what Urag was speaking about when he said that you found something. Well, what do you think, Lucian? What do you have to say?
Dig, Dwemer, in the beyond. I'll know your lost unknown and rise to your depths.
Yep. Look at him. Completely doolally.
Yep. This is
When
our
the
source.
top level was built, no more could be placed. It was and is the maximal apex.
He's the one who's going to give us the most information on the Elder Scroll. He's the key to my destiny. Isn't that a little scary? Isn't that a little concerning when you think about it?
Greetings.
Yeah, didn't think you had anything else
I've
to
got
say.
your back.
Once again, but still, just checking in with you. Just, keeping tabs on you.
This box, though. Now, this is interesting. Definitely Dwemer, but I've never seen anything quite like it before.
I can't say that I have either.
It licked the panes and smokes the glass.
Excuse me, what? What brings you out to this remote place, dare I ask?
The ice entombs the heart. The bane of Kagranak and Degolthur. To harness it is to know the fundaments. The Dwemer lockbox hides it from me.
Yeah?
The Elder Scroll gives insight deeper than the deep ones, though, to bring about the opening.
The opening? You have an Elder Scroll here? If you did, that would be great. That would be really helpful and save me a lot of time.
I have seen enough to know their fabric, the warp of air, the weft of time.
So no, never mind.
But no, it is not in my possession.
Yeah.
Do you know, I think this might be my favorite cave we've been in all day.
Well, we've been in 2 caves, and the other one had a few cages and frost atronach. So I guess, yeah, this is maybe a step up in some ways. Are you alright?
Oh, I am well. I will be well.
At least he thinks so.
Well to be within the will inside the walls.
So, where is the scroll?
Here.
You said it's not here.
Well, here as in this plane.
Right.
Mundus. Tamriel.
Sure.
Nearby. Relatively speaking.
Of course.
On the cosmological scale. Well, it's all nearby.
Can you help me get the Elder Scroll or not?
One block lifts the other. Septimus will give what you want, but you must bring him something in return.
Probably food, right? I don't see any food here. What do you want?
You see this masterwork of the Dwemer, deep inside their greatest knowings. Septimus is clever among men, but he is but an idiot child compared to the dullest of the Dwemer. Lucky then they left behind their own way of reading the Elder Scrolls.
Gosh,
In
it's
the
chilly
depths
here.
of Black Reach, one yet lies.
Blackreach?
Have you heard of Black Reach?
No.
Cast upon where Dwemer city slept, the yearning spire hidden learnings kept.
You rhyme a lot. Is that intentional or is that just, a side effect of your mind being a little broken? Where is this Blackreach?
Under deep, below the dark, the hidden keep, Tower Mzark. Oftand, the point of puncture, of first entry, of the tapping.
Oh. Often,
Delve
okay.
to its limits, and Black Reach lies just beyond. But not all can enter there. Only Septimus knows the hidden key to loose the lock, to jump beneath the deathly rock.
We should just get you, like, a blank journal, and we can just have you write poetry. Who knows? Maybe that'll be a good outlet for you. How do I get in?
2 things I have for you. 2 shapes. One edged, one round. The round one for tuning. Dwemer music is soft and subtle, and needed to open their cleverest gates. The edged lexicon for inscribing. To us, a hunk of metal. To the Dwemer, a full library of knowings, but empty. Find Mazark and its sky dome. The machinations there will read the scroll and lay the lore upon the cube. Trust Septimus. He knows you can know.
I mean, I do know about lexicons. We did help someone return what they believed to be a cursed lexicon down in the rift. What do I do with the sphere?
The deepest doors of Dwemer listen for singing. It plays the attitude of notes proper for opening. Can you not hear it? Too low for hearing?
My hearing's not great, sorry. Tell me more about the lexicon.
To glimpse the world inside an Elder Scroll can damage the eyes.
So I've heard.
Or the mind, as it has to Septimus.
Oh yeah, big time.
The Dwemer found a loophole, as they always do, to focus the knowledge away and inside without harm. Place the lexicon into their contraption, and focus the knowings into it. When it brims with glow, bring it back, and Septimus can read once more.
What can you tell me about the Elder Scroll? Because I've had a couple people talk about it. I've had Parthenax talk a little about it. Esbern, maybe a little bit. And Urag was very dismissive of the whole thing.
Adventuring free.
Oh, I thought Lucian was going to keep singing. But maybe you'll have some interesting insight. Maybe I'll get lucky and you'll have one moment of lucidity.
You look to your left, you see one way. You look to your right, you see another. But neither is any harder than the opposite. But the Elder Scrolls, they look left and right in the stream of time. The future and past are as one. Sometimes they even look up. What do they see then? What if they dive in? Then the madness begins.
You know, I'm a little worried about reading this Elder Scroll now. The more and more that I hear about it, and now speaking with Septimus, I'm not feeling great about it. What is it that you want with the Elder Scroll?
Ooh, an observant one. How clever to ask of Septimus. This Dwemer lockbox. Look upon it and wonder. Inside is the heart. The heart of a god. The heart of you and me. But it was hidden away. Not by the dwarves, you see. They were already gone. Someone else, unseen, unknown, found the heart, and with a flair for the ironical, used dwarven trickery to lock it away. The scroll will give the deep vision needed to open it. For not even the strongest machinations of the Dwemer can hold off the all-sight given by an Elder Scroll.
Alright, so you want to use the lexicon as a master key of sorts, of a skeleton key, I guess you could say. It's interesting. He doesn't even care about the Elder Scroll as an Elder Scroll. He's just using it as a means to an end. But like I said, he's our only resource. He's the only one who can actually help us get the scroll. It's a little scary, huh?
Yes, my friend?
Just a little, concerning.
Alright then.
So he said we have to go to Alftan. I know we've passed by Alftan before, but we never went in. We never explored it. It's going to be a little bit of a trek. We're going to have to walk back through Winterhold and just continue past Sarthal. But it shouldn't be too hard to get to. If anything, we can get there probably by morning.
Off we go to fetch an Elder Scroll from a dwarven ruin. Oh, the potential! The discovery! What an opportunity!
And, you know, hopefully not go mad in the process, because, Septimus does not inspire a whole lot of confidence.